أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today's topic is temporary and eternal. Uh, my short message on few verses of the Holy Quran in Surah Al Imran, chapter 3, verse number 185. Allah Ta'ala says to us, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كل نفس ذائقة الموت وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة فمن زحزح عن النار وأدخل الجنة فقد فاز وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. Every soul has to taste death, and it is on the doomsday, on the day of resurrection, that you shall be paid your rewards in full. So, whoever has been kept away from the fire and admitted to paradise, he has really succeeded. And the life of this world is nothing but an enjoyment of delusion. Allah Ta'ala is saying to us that uh, every soul, every soul that has come in this world has to taste death, and on the day of judgment, on the day of resurrection, uh, every soul will be rewarded for what he or she has done in this world. Uh, shall be paid your rewards in full. That is, no injustice would be done, and your full rewards of your efforts or of your deeds would be given on the day of judgment. Further, it is said further in this verse, whoever has been kept away from the fire, and the parameters of success have been defined here. That whoever has been kept away from the hellfire and admitted to paradise, he will succeed. This is the criteria or the parameters, the features of the real success have been explained in this verse. And further it is said that, and the life of this world is nothing but an enjoyment of delusion. It is a temporary enjoyment. It is just uh, temporary attractions. It's the life is an illusion, is a misapprehension, or as you can say, a deception sort of, that it will all the attractions of life that we see in this world are are in fact deceptions, because they are not the everlasting things. They will disappear, they will end on some day, and that day is we are approaching to that day closer and closer as the time passes. The time is very precious for us. We need to do good things, good deeds. We need to do things that Allah has told us to do. And we need to capitalize on the time that Allah has given us positively, not on the negative things, but the positive things that will eventually benefit us in the hereafter, in the permanent world. So Allah Ta'ala is saying in this verse, Surah Al Imran, chapter 3, verse number 185, that the life of this world is nothing but an enjoyment of delusion, and it will end at some day, and you will be rewarded what you have done. Like in Surah Kahf, chapter 18, verse 7, Allah Ta'ala says to us, Inna ja'alna ma'ala al-ardi zinatan laha linabluwahum ayyuhum ahsanu amala. Surely we have caused earthly things to seem attractive, so that we can see who excels in good deeds. I have linked this to the last part of the above verse, that the life of this world is nothing but an enjoyment of delusion. The attractions, the Allah Ta'ala is saying to us that we have made attractions of this world, and we have made things attractive for people, so that we can test them, we can examine them. Whoever we can examine them, which of you carries out my my teachings in this world and implement my teachings in this world and keep aside the temporary attractions of this world. Do not make the objective and do not make your 100% focus on these attractions of this world. The Allah Ta'ala is saying to us that we have kept these things to examine you, to test you. So this is a test we all are going through. And just like a student taking examination in examination hall, we all are in an examination hall taking test, taking examination, and we are being tested. The results will follow, and the results will be declared on the day of judgment. Everybody will be handed over his result card on the day of judgment, in which all his deeds will be mentioned, and all his doings will be mentioned. Each and everything will be seen and rewarded by Allah. So these attractions are temporary, and we should not focus on these temporary attractions. Rather, we should go for the everlasting thing. Similarly, in Surah Taghabun, chapter 64, verse number 16, Allah Ta'ala is saying to us, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ وَاسْمَعُوا وَأَطِيعُوا وَأَنْفِقُوا خَيْرًا لِأَنفُسِكُمْ وَمَنْ يُوقَ الشُّحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. So fear Allah as much as you are able, and listen and obey and spend in the way of Allah. It is better for yourselves. And who are saved from the greed of their souls are the successful. In this verse, Allah Ta'ala is saying to us, let's fear Allah as much as you are able. As I said in my earlier videos, that Allah Ta'ala will gauge us, will evaluate us on the basis of our efforts we put in this world to follow his teachings. The degree of effort, the extent of effort we put in following the teachings of Quran and Allah Ta'ala, Allah's teachings, and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the results are in the hands of Allah. We all are human beings. We cannot control the results. The results have been taken in control by Allah Ta'ala. He is controlling all the results. Nothing can happen in this world without His permission. So Allah Ta'ala is saying, fear Allah as much as you are able, as much as you are able, as much as you have the ability. Allah Ta'ala knows how much ability He has given to one person. One has some people have more ability and they can struggle more. They can do more, and some have lesser ability, lesser capability. So the examination and the test will be, the reward will be on the basis of the degree of effort, the percentage of efforts we put in. So, and listen and obey and spend in the way of Allah. It is better for yourself. And who are saved from the greed. This is the main key point to the today's topic, that how we can avoid ourselves, how we can refrain to some degree from these temporary attractions of this world. What is the formula? What is how we should do it? This is the link to that. And who are saved from the greed of their souls are the successful. Again, the parameters of success have again been explained here. Like in Surah Allah, Allah Ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. Who purifies his soul will succeed. That is the point I'm trying to make here is the greed of the soul. The internal purification is important. The internal purification is important. Why it is so that we all go to mosque and pray, pray 5 times a day, give zakat, and perform hajj, and even then it seems that in most of the cases our lives do not change in towards the our lives do not change as per the teachings of Quran, as per the teachings of Allah and His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is the reason behind that? The reason is that we perform all these farais and all these things and ibadat with just without heart, or without focusing, or without we do it without our heart. We just do it by our tongue. We need to we need to perform all these ibadat with our internal and coherence, with the coherence of our mind and physical body. We need to focus on what we are doing. We need to understand what we are saying during our prayers. We need to understand the teachings. We all perform prayers, but only a few of them know what we are saying in our prayers. Do we know the translations? Do we understand what we say in our prayers to Allah, in front of Allah, standing in front of Allah Ta'ala? No, most of us don't understand. And this is the reason, this is one of the reasons that we have not been able to purify ourselves, the internal soul. Until unless we purify our internal soul and the internal matter, it would be very difficult for us to to follow the actual path, to real path, the good path. Because these things are, if we perform these ibadat without changing our internal condition, that would not benefit us. That the sawab will be given by Allah Ta'ala, no doubt the sawab will be given, but the hidayat, the objective of this Quran, the hidayat, the taqwa will not, it would not be possible that the taqwa will come to us. Taqwa uh, will be born in ourselves. That is the main objective of this Quran, and that is the main objective of this life also. So the point of today's video that I just wanted to make is that we need to be cautious, and we need to perform things that will benefit us in this, in the hereafter world. And all these things in this world are temporary, and they will end. They will be cleaned up from this world, and on the day of judgment, Allah Ta'ala will raise his balance, and Allah Ta'ala will reward what reward on the basis of what we have done. So, temporary and eternal. This was my message, that the difference between temporary and what is temporary and what is eternal. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.